Hi, everybody. I want to start out by thanking you for being generous with your time and being here today. Most of you are likely spending your lunch hour with us, so thank you for that. We're going to respect your time and make sure that this tour ends right at 1 o'clock. Today, we're so excited to walk you through this spacious 2809 square foot Rainier. The home features 5 bedrooms, 1 bedroom on the first floor, 2 3/4 spacious bathrooms, large 2-car garage, a formal dining room, and a beautiful porch with pine tongue and groove soffit. Joey's going to walk you through the home today. And as he walks you through, you'll get to see all of the standards we're so proud of, as well as any upgrades that this homeowner chose. You'll notice that there is a Q&A tab on your screen. So feel free to type in questions as Joey's going through the home. We're going to answer those at the beginning, or sorry, at the end of the tour, and this just ensures that we're able to focus on the home itself. A few quick announcements before we get started. Coval is proud to announce that we've offered 6 new standards to our homes. Among those standards are our 2-panel white Carrera doors, which you'll get to see in this home. Another new standard is soft close doors and drawers. And these are in addition to our standards that we're already including in the base price of your home. Some of those being our HVAC system, which includes AC, large Milgard windows and screens. We do prime and paint the interior of your home as a standard, and our luxury vinyl tile in all of our wet areas, which is your kitchen, bathrooms, entry, and laundry room. We'd love to email you a complete list of these standards, so feel free to reach out and we'd love to do that. The last thing I wanted to announce is that we're officially offering some in-person home tours for the first time since the pandemic began. Before the pandemic, we loved walking our clients through our homes during each phase of construction. If you'd like to be added to that list, you can send one of us an email and we'll notify you when the next date is announced. We don't have an official date for one of those yet. That being said, we're so thankful for technology, which allows us to offer virtual tours like this one today. That's all I have. I'm going to hand it over to you, Joey, but thank you again for considering Coval to be your on-your-lot builder. We're very proud to possibly be your builder.
Thanks, Miranda. And again, thank you all for coming. We really appreciate it. We've got quite a few attendees here. Thank you all for coming. We're going to get right into that virtual tour. Chris, if you can go ahead and run that, and we'll start walking through. I am going to remove our videos here just so it's a little bit easier to see. So let me do that. There we go. Okay, 2 seconds here. There we go. Okay. So, and again, please feel free to type any questions. The Q&A portion of the Zoom, click on Q&A, type any questions you have. We're going to go through here in really careful detail. Any questions you have, we'll try to address any of those that we can, that we have time for. So here is the Rainier. Miranda had mentioned that we've started doing in-person tours again. We're really excited about that. It's been a long time. This home that we're doing the virtual tour of is one that is completely finished. We've done maybe 1 or 2 open houses. This was one of them. So I've actually been able to stand in this exact same home that you're going to see, and it is just beautiful. So really excited to show you this. So I want to really, we have the goal here that when you go through a virtual tour with us, you will be able to go on our website after we show you this, and you can do the exact same thing. So this tool that I'm showing you, it's nothing that we keep for ourselves, right? This is something that all of you have access to. So you go to the Rainier page, it's right here on the virtual walkthrough. A couple quick things I want to point out before we get into that. If you click right here, you can see the first and second floor. And I want to point out there's actually been very few changes to this home that we're going to do the virtual tour of. One of them, which you wouldn't see unless you were there, but I just want to point it out. Normally the garage is located exactly as you see it here, but on this one, it actually moved back. They lined the back of the garage with the back of the house. That was for their site plan. They needed to do it. I think it was a utility thing. So we actually took the garage and slid it back. We re-engineered that side of the house. Not very expensive, not a big problem there. And then the other thing is they added a gas fireplace to the great room. And because of venting and everything, you'll see that there's actually some additional framing in the master bedroom. I'll point all of that out, and also any upgrades or standards. That's going to be a big part of our walkthrough today. Okay, so let's get right into it. So all you do is click play, almost like a video, but obviously it's a virtual tour. And then I'm going to hit full screen right here. Give that a second. There we go. Okay, so first of all, just to give you a quick understanding of how to use the virtual tour. It's a lot like Google Street View if you've done that before, but there's also a few extra tools that Google doesn't have. So first of all, these are info bits, all these little dots. And if you hold your mouse over them or click on them, you can see it teaches you more about the home. So standard or upgrade, that's going to be one of the first words you see on all of these. We want you to be able to basically walk through this virtual tour, and if you had a question, it should be answered. Now, if your question's not answered, call me, call Miranda, or Gary if you're working with our Port Orchard branch. We're a phone call away or an email away or a text away. Feel free to reach out to us. But yeah, so other than that, also at the bottom of the screen, we have these 4 buttons. So Dollhouse Mode, floor plan. On this, because this is a 2-story home, you can actually jump between the 1st and 2nd floor. And then measurement mode. I've had a lot of clients, they'll go on and do the virtual tours and they never even notice that these little buttons are down here. So just to show you really quick, click on Dollhouse Mode, and just like it sounds, you can actually get a better look at the whole thing. It just kind of branches out just like that. It's kind of cool. View floor plan. It's kind of like the blank page that we just saw, the black and white page before. And you can actually jump between floor to floor. So this is the 1st floor here. And then the last one, let's jump back here into the kitchen. This last button right here, measurement mode. Click on that and check this out. We've already labeled all of the main measurements that you would probably ask about, such as how big is this island? You see it's a 5 by 5, basically. How big is the perimeter of the island and the kitchen? How much space is there around the great room, right? So measurement mode is pretty cool. Of course, nothing beats being in person, right? So we're really excited about these open houses coming back up. So let's take a minute. We'll walk through. Again, use that Q&A tab. Any questions you have, put them down there. We'll keep walking through place by place, but after we've done a really thorough walkthrough, we'll come back and Miranda will answer your questions. So first of all, let's look at the kitchen. This is definitely the highlight of this home, just like most Coval homes. You can see here, upgraded quartz countertops. Standard countertops are a laminate. Laminates actually come a long way. I always make sure I mention that. It'll last a long time. A lot of them look just like marble or quartz, but nothing beats real quartz, obviously. This is 3 centimeter slab stone. It's about 1.25 inches thick. Plenty of houses you go into that have quartz, it's like a thin 2 centimeter, and it's kind of laminated or tiered, like stacked together, so it looks thick, but it actually isn't. And that it's just not our favorite kind of thing. We like using full 3 centimeter slab stone. Those quartz countertops are one of the only upgrades in this entire house. Almost everything else you see is a standard. So in particular, when you start looking around here, standard subway tile backsplash, that's mentioned right here. Now, if you wanted to upgrade, no problem. Yeah, we can definitely do something different. A lot of folks will do the entire wall in maybe like a glass or a mosaic or something, or even just more subway tile, maybe a different color. These are standard cabinets mentioned right here. Standard cabinets and crown molding. This is our standard, what's called Sinclair cabinet with an umber stain. That's a very popular stain. It's not too dark, not too light. The staggered look of the cabinets with the crown molding, the corner cabinets and Lazy Susans. That's the standard cabinet design in this house and in most of our Coval homes. If you wanted to change that to do like a painted cabinet or a different style, there's a bunch of different upgraded styles we could be happy to price out for you. But this one is built into the base price of the Rainier home. Down here in the kitchen island, you can see all these drawers. That's also a standard in the home. It's a big island. There's a bunch of drawers on the front, and then if you walk around and look at the back, there's actually doors right here that open up. So there's storage on both sides of this island. Miranda mentioned one of our newest standards is for cabinets, soft close doors and drawers. This home, obviously it's finished now, so it was being built, months and months and months ago. It's really, the project started over a year ago. This home didn't have soft closed doors and drawers as a standard, but now that is a standard in all Coval homes. One of the things I always point out too in these homes is so there's no confusion. Appliances are not included in our scope of the work. It's not a building element. It's not something we have to do. There's one or two builders out there that are similar to us that do offer appliance packages. It's never something we've done just because of the fact that you would pay us more for something you could go out and get yourself, so it's actually typically anything that we don't include, like appliances, it's a good thing. Now you have a lot more flexibility in your options. All the design of the cabinet and everything, all the openings, we've already designed it. So you already have plenty of openings and sizes of what you would normally do. If you wanted to change that, just discuss it with me or Miranda. We can talk about how to redesign if you wanted a bigger stove or maybe like a hood vent or something. Another thing I'll point out is flooring. This is luxury vinyl planking, or also called luxury vinyl tile. Looks and feels just like real wood, but it's 100% waterproof, pet friendly, scratch proof, lifetime warranty. A lot of builders will still give like a sheet vinyl, which is fine, but it's just, something like this is so much better. That is our standard flooring. Everything you see in this house with the carpeting and the LVT flooring is completely standard. They made no changes whatsoever. And this is actually a really good carpet with a 6-pound pad. Like I said before, I've been in this house, I've walked on this carpet. It's very cushiony. I think it has a very good thread count. It's a good carpet. We normally don't have people upgrade. I think the only flooring changes we get sometimes are folks want less carpet and more of the luxury vinyl planking. So on a house like this, it's pretty popular to extend that luxury vinyl planking through the walkway and maybe even cut it off right here where you only have carpet in the great room. That's a pretty popular choice. Moving on into the living spaces here, like the great room, Coval does all of the interior painting and priming and texturing. It's Sherwin-Williams paint. That's our preferred one. Very, very high quality paint. Most builders don't do any painting at all, but we do all of the interior painting. We can do exterior painting too, but it's up to you if you want us to do that, or if you want to paint it yourself or hire somebody else. It's another option you have. Another thing that's one of our newer standards that Miranda mentioned is our doors and trim. This white painted Craftsman door and trim package. So that's our new standard. And I do want to distinguish here, this is a pre-finished painted door. A lot of builders will do a white door or a white trim package, but it's not painted, it's just primed or paint ready or painted on site. These are some really, really good standard doors that we have here. All right, so backing up here, just back into the great room. Probably caught a glimpse of this fireplace, which is really, really nice. That is a gas fireplace. You can't really see it from here, but they did, it's like tempered glass inside. It's actually really cool. There's little rocks and stuff in it, so it looks really pretty when it's lit. Windows, these are large Milgard double hung windows, very low energy windows with screens. And these are big windows. Anybody that walked in this house when I was there last week was just immediately surprised at how big the windows are. So that's not just a feature of the great room, that's in the dining room and the bedrooms. Big windows, 5 foot tall windows, usually for all of our Coval homes. Running around over here, you can see even on the exterior door, we have this standard half light door. So we're bringing in even more light if we can. These are 8 foot ceilings on both floors. That's a standard on all 2 stories. If you wanted 9 foot or higher, we can do that too. Ceiling vents. This is another thing I always point out, especially in a 2-story home. You're not going to step on any vents or drop something down a vent. That's not fun. So all standard ceiling vents is what we got going on here. Another thing too, just looking at the ceilings, recessed can lights. These recessed can lights throughout the great room and throughout the kitchen. Those are standard recessed can lights in every Coval home. Also, if you have a kitchen island, which most homes do except for the really tiny ones, you're going to have hanging pendant lights like these over the island as well. So those are all standards. Walking around the corner here, we get into this sort of hallway here, bringing us into the formal dining room here. And I did want to point out there is a huge pantry behind this door. I want to say it's about 6 foot by 7 foot. It's got 3 sides, so there's lots of shelving space. Sorry, our virtual tour doesn't show it. I think there's actually a picture of it in our gallery. But yeah, we get over here into the formal dining room, big room. You can click on the measurement mode here. You can see it's about 13 feet wide. So plenty of room for a large dining room table. And again, all the lighting in this house is standard. So that's a standard chandelier there for the dining room. Front entry door, again, all standard. You're going to have glass in your front door. And also this house has huge entry windows, so you can peek out and see your front yard or welcome your guests. Again, standard flooring, standard luxury vinyl planking in the entryway. All the areas that are wet areas, like the bathrooms, will have that. Get around here into the what would be my my office if I lived in this house. I love these double entry doors into this formal living room. You come in here, there's also a closet. So you could use this as a bedroom. It's got a closet in there too. Come around the corner here, as if you were walking into this home. There is a ton of closet space here wrapping around the back of the stairs. I call this the Harry Potter room, if you've ever seen those movies. Another linen closet right here, so even more storage. And then here's a 3/4 bathroom. It's got a small vanity toilet and actually has a corner shower. This is a surprise for a lot of people. I think it's perfect if you wanted to like wash your dog in here or something. It's kind of a small shower. We've actually had some other designs where instead of it being a corner, it has a wall right here, so it's actually a square shower. It just depends on availability. Sometimes these corner showers, I'm told, are a little hard to order, so there's a little bit of flexibility in there. Everything again in the kitchen, the bathrooms, everything, that's all completely standard. The only upgrade is the countertop. They did the quartz countertop instead of the standard laminate. Walking around here, just wanted to point out, this is the door for the garage. There's a 2-car garage in there, 26 by 26. Plenty of room for 2 full-size vehicles and some space for storage. Speaking of storage, again, nice linen closet, sort of you could almost call this a mud room. Very small entry right here. We're always looking to find more space for storage. So that's the main first floor. If I didn't mention it before, this is the smart thermostat here. Every Coval home has an electric, fully ducted furnace, and you'll have heating and air conditioning. That's probably my favorite standard. I'm originally from Florida, where everyone has AC, and then I moved to Washington and no one has AC. So that's my favorite standard. Take a walk up the stairs, and here we are on the second floor. Again, looks can be deceiving. If you're going through the virtual tours, there's a lot of room up here. If you were actually standing up here, this little teen living space here, there's enough room to get a good full-size TV and a couch and something in here for a kind of a second hangout space. And again, more storage in this closet here. Come around here, and this is the master suite. So let's check this out first. That is a very big master bedroom. I mentioned it earlier. They did a fireplace downstairs, and because of the venting that was needed, they needed to frame this out inside. So unless I'm mistaken, that's why this was framed, but they didn't want to lose any space, so what they did is they just did a very limited size here that would be roughly the same size as a headboard. If you had a big king size, California king size bed, and then these are kind of become like little niches where you could put nightstands on each side. If you did not have a fireplace like this home, then this wouldn't exist. You'd have a flat wall here. Again, huge windows in every bedroom, dining room, great room. There's also a very nice sized walk-in closet in here. Tons of space. Back up here, and here we have the master bathroom. Just about every Coval master bedroom has a 5-piece bathroom attached to it. So you have a shower, double sinks. You can see a double vanity sink, a bathtub, and also a private toilet room. So this can be closed. It's a little more private. One thing I do want to point out here, kind of a little LOL. They were still finishing up the punch list phase, so this faucet was replaced. But of course, it was brought back in. Whenever I was there last week, this was all completely finished. But yeah, standard bathroom window here. I thought it was kind of interesting. They decided to leave the glass clear. A lot of our homeowners would actually frost the glass so it's more private. But I came to find out that if you are in this shower or in this bathtub and you look out the window, just right about here is Mount Rainier. So they wanted to be able to see the mountain. So I don't blame them for that. Just maybe get some blinds for when they're not looking at the mountain. Again, the only upgrade here was quartz countertops, standard mirror, standard lighting, interior painting, cabinets, flooring, shower, tub. This is a soaking tub, by the way. It's actually very deep compared to most tubs that you probably notice. Standard shower here, fiberglass insert shower with glass. If you wanted to do something different, tile shower, something more fancy, no problem. Just talk to your project consultant. We can price that out for you. Again, private toilet room in here is really nice. That's the 5-piece master bathroom. Just looking around here, if I hit measurement mode, that's about a 15 by 15 bedroom. That's a nice sized bedroom for sure. And again, the walk-in closet, it's very nice. By the way, we always add lights. I'm coming to find out that a lot of on your lot builders, they don't add lights for some reason. They expect you to just buy lamps or add and pay for more lighting, but every closet and room and walkway in the Coval homes will always have lighting. Here is the laundry room. Again, appliances not included. You have the option to price shop what you want. And then in here, this little closet is actually your furnace. A lot of older homes have the furnace up in the attic, which is not fun to climb in there to change filters, or they'll put the furnace in the garage and take up space. So we don't do that. We always put it in a designated closet, and that way it's easier to service and get to. And also it's more, centrally located. It's in a more air-conditioned controlled environment. So it runs a lot better, I'm told. Okay, get around here. We've got a back bedroom here, linen closet there, and then a second bathroom. It's another nice feature in most Coval homes. We always try to do 2 sinks where we can. A lot of builders, even in a master bedroom, they'd still give you 1 sink, but we always try to make the best use of the space. Nice window there, bringing in more light. Private toilet room again, and also a tub shower combo is in here. So that is the bathroom there. Here's a back bedroom with, again, a nice big window, and the mountain is right about there. Closet space there. Come back around here. This is the teen living space again. So you're actually looking out at the street there. That's the front porch right there, which, by the way, unless you've looked at our photos, you wouldn't know. The Rainier has a massive, massive front porch with just beautiful pine tongue and groove soffits. When you look up, that's one of my favorite things about the Rainier. The Cascade and the Olympic are also very similar, huge front porches. So this is, I think, bedroom 3, and this is bedroom 4. Again, just on the front of the house. All right, so let me pull this floor plan up just to make sure we covered everything. So you come up the stairs right here, master bedroom suite on this side, laundry in the middle, bathroom centrally located here. And then we've got our teen living space and 3 other bedrooms. And if we jump back downstairs, again, just a little overview. We've got our front entry. So the front porch is right here, big, huge front porch. I think it's about 30 or 38 feet wide, huge front porch. Walk-in front entry door here, dining room to the right, formal living or bedroom 5 to the left, 3/4 powder bathroom in the front right here, big kitchen, huge pantry, big great room, and then this sort of mud room that gets into the garage. The garage is over here on the side. I hope that helps walk through the floor plan. I'm going to turn this now back over to Miranda. I've noticed there's some questions coming in. Please feel free, add more questions. We're going to answer as many as we still have time for. Miranda, if you're there, please feel free to come back on, and we'll get these questions going. But thanks again for letting me walk you through that floor plan today.
Thank you, Joey. What a beautiful home. I love it. And I also love that measurement tool feature. That's really nice feature. Okay, so we're going to go over some questions. Niall. All right, Niall, thank you for asking this question. Niall asked what the standard sink is, as well as the standard countertop. And so our standard countertop is a laminate countertop with a drop-in style sink. You'll see here on this floor plan, the homeowner decided to upgrade to quartz countertops. And then he has a undermount sink here. So can we put an additional fireplace in the master? Great question. Joey, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, it all depends on the heating schedule. It probably would be something I would double check with our architect. Putting one in is already quite a bit of work. I don't know how that would work, especially having them directly above and below each other. It's a good question. I would say let me see if we can get back to you on that. But that is a really, really good question. I'm going to write down your name and your question, and we'll get back to you on that with a better answer. But thank you.
Thanks, Joey. Can you put the garage on either side? Yes. So we actually, our homes, you can choose a left or garage orientation. It kind of flips the house, so to speak. And so that absolutely is an option. Thank you for that question. Any other questions? Okay.
Yeah, I did want to just add to that, by the way, putting the garage on the other side, flipping the plan from one area to the other where we mirror everything. There's no cost for that. We've already taken the time to engineer the house both ways. Now, if you wanted to take the garage and change it and move things around, that would be different. But if we're taking the floor plan as it is, kind of like if I showed you here, if we just took the floor plan exactly as it is and mirrored it, so everything was like a mirror flipped over, there's no cost for that.
Thank you for clarifying that. In conclusion, we really want to thank you for taking the time to spend your lunch hour with us and for all of the great questions. There will be a recording of this video available soon, so you'll have the opportunity to watch it again or to share it with your family and friends who were unable to attend today. We really appreciate you considering Coval to possibly be your builder. In addition to our wonderful base prices, our comprehensive list of standards and positive reviews, with us, you'll never lack a resource. We know that if we have the privilege of building your home, you'll be proud of what we build together. So thank you again. Joey, do you have any last thoughts?
No, just, we've got plenty of time. If anybody else has any other questions, we can try to give this another few minutes, but yeah, no, thank you all for coming. We'll give it a little bit more time. If there's any thoughts or questions that pop up, put them in the chat, put them in the question and answer. As far as it goes with building, it's fun. It's stressful, but it's fun. Building a house, it takes a lot of time and patience, but it's one of the coolest things you can do. You're not going to go and buy a house that's exactly what you planned for. So if you're able to find a design and kind of make it your own, it's really cool. Everything about building is a benefit. It's just it takes more time. Yeah. Oh, there we go. We got another question. You want to take that one, Miranda?
Okay. So thanks for the question. So the doors are white painted. Can you get a different color at the standard price? So as of right now, this white Carrera door is our standard. We do have those solid core hemlock doors. And Niall, we'd be happy to send you a picture of those. And so those are an option, but they would be an upgrade. You have anything to add to that, Joey?
No, just that, white is the only paint that we do. If you did do a solid wood door, it wouldn't be white, but it wouldn't be paint. It would be a stain. So there's like somewhere around 6 or 8 different stains. Some of them are actually very, very dark. They're almost like a dark chocolate. I know it's becoming more and more popular for people to do black painted doors. It's not something we do, but yeah, maybe doing the solid wood doors in the dark stain might be even better. I don't know exactly what your question is. If you're hoping for maybe you want a green door, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, as far as the cost goes, maybe just doing the white would be the most cost effective. You'd have to just paint them after we're done. So I don't know if that helps or not.
Thank you.
Good question.
Yeah. We'll just give it a few more minutes, see if we get any more questions while Joey keeps walking us through this beautiful home.
I love that they got this virtual tour done on a nice sunny day, so you can really see all the light that's coming through here.
Yeah. And how nice to have a view of Mount Rainier.
I know, yeah. It's like literally like right over here.
That's wonderful. Okay. Okay, we do have a few more questions coming in. Thank you guys. So Niall, as far as the paints, we do have 6 Sherwin-Williams colors that can be selected at the standard price. You also can choose to have your home primed and painted alabaster white as well, in addition to those colors. And then Taylor, thank you for your question. Can you get a 9-foot garage door? Joey, do you want to take that one?
Yeah, so last I heard, doing a 9-foot garage door, it does have some complications. Even doing an 8-foot door can be a little bit more difficult than it sounds. The problem is it's hard to do a 8 or 9-foot garage door without adjusting the house itself. Just to kind of give you an example here, if you're looking at this window, well, it sounds easy, but it's really not that easy to leave this. This is what's called a header. To leave this header alone and cut the garage door deeper and deeper. That means it gets into your foundation. There might be issues with your garage floor. Also, that means that you need more steps to get up into the garage. The more steps, that means the bigger entry, which means the less garage space you have for your car. Anyways, long story short, 8-foot garage door, absolutely we can do that. 9-foot is, I think, a maybe right now. The main catch is we need taller ceilings. So even though the garage door might not seem like that much, well, we got to have higher ceilings. That can be a lot more expensive. Although, hey, if you can do it, I would do 9-foot ceilings regardless of the door. They're just a lot nicer. These are 8-foot ceilings. Most houses you walk into that have been built in the last 10 years, they might have like a 93-inch tall ceiling, not a true 8-foot. These are true 8-foot ceilings, so they actually feel pretty nice. But yeah, good question. You probably have a really jacked up truck. That's what my wife wants me to buy her. So yeah, we can definitely do an 8-foot door with 9-foot ceilings. 9-foot garage door, we'll have to get back to you on that. That's a good question.
That really is. We promise to get back to you by the end of the day, by the way, with all of these questions. And let's see. Okay, so good question. Okay, so different colors for different rooms. So that's a great question. The standard is prime and paint one color throughout. There is an option to upgrade and have 2 custom colors, and those are our Sherwin-Williams colors. But as a courtesy to you, if you wanted different colors, what we could do is prime and paint your home in our alabaster white, then allow you to come in and paint prior to the floor and the trim. If you wanted different colors, I completely understand that. Any other questions? Love those big windows in that entryway.
Yeah, those are nice.
Lots of natural light here.
By the way, I don't know if anyone noticed these little guys up here. They're kind of like little hockey puck looking things. Because this home is in Bonnie Lake, And because of the size of it, they needed a fire suppression system. So that's a good thing to do when you're planning your build. Those things, depending on how many you need, they can be kind of expensive. So you want to figure that out pretty early. Does your home meet those requirements? Is there a way to get past it? Maybe doing like fire rated drywall or, something like that. You might not have to, but it's a decision that's made by your city or your county. So that's a good question when you're working on your planning phase of your project.
Good point. Thank you for bringing that up. We'll just give it a few more minutes.
Yeah, any other questions? Feel free. You got some nice appliances in here too, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Right, so Taylor, the total width of the Rainier.
Yeah, here I can.
Thank you. Can you pull up? Awesome.
Yeah, so the total width is 64. I think that the width of just not including the garage, I think this is like 38 or something like that. But yeah, 64 by 44, that's the total size.
Excellent. All right.
I like this little extra spot right here. You can fit a little coffee maker in there.
I do too. Little coffee bar. It's fun.
Yeah.
I love that the pantry is so spacious because then that saves countertop space in your kitchen. So you can put your KitchenAid mixer, different appliances in that pantry and really utilize those countertops for entertaining. Oh, great question. How do we get actual samples of the colors to see them together? Great question. We have those samples available in our showroom. If you'd like to make an appointment, you can come in and see those. We could also email you some pictures of those too. Lots of different ways to see them. I just love that half light door too.
Yeah.
Really
We've had some clients before make the decision to do French doors right here. And that is something it's really cool to do. You can do that. The trick is though, we need to take this window and move it over to the left. So this wall has to be re-engineered in order for that extra space, because this is obviously a load-bearing exterior wall. So this window gets moved over and then there's room to do, a 6 foot or an 8 foot set of doors there.
I love that. Okay. And we have a question about our insulation. Actually, one of our new standards is that on all of our exterior walls, we used a bibs insulation. It's a blown-in blanket system insulation.
Yeah, garages are insulated now too.
Yeah, the walls and the ceiling, which is great. That was a common upgrade. In fact, a lot of these new standards were really common upgrades.
Yeah, but that blown-in blanket system is one of the best insulators for a house. I mean, there's like no room for anything to get out. So that was one of our newest changes with insulation. But even about a year ago, there was changes to Washington State energy codes. So our ceiling and our flooring insulation has gotten better as well. That's been the norm for about a year now. But yeah, in the last, it's about a month ago, we switched to the blown-in blanket system. We've always done sheetrock in our garages, but now we have them insulated too. So it's It's just about a completely finished. It's just not painted. That's the only thing. But a lot of the houses you go into in Washington, they're just wood, just open framed walls. So it's always been nice that we've done the sheetrock, but now that it's insulated too, it's even better.
Oh yeah. Makes working out in the garage, tinkering around a lot more comfortable.
Exactly.
That's for sure.
One other thing too, I think I neglected to mention, if you look close over here, those are USB charging outlets. Every one of our Coval homes gets, I think, 4 of those. So you'll have USB charging outlets in the bedrooms and the kitchen on most floor plans. It's a nice little feature.
Yeah. Absolutely. I especially also love the outlets in the island.
Yeah.
Really nice. I picture entertaining and maybe having a crock pot or instant pot right there.
Yeah, there's one on each side of the island.
Yeah. Okay. Taylor has a question about the studs being 2 by 6. I believe that they are.
Yep, 2 by 6 studs, which, by the way, our website, I really have to give a lot of praise to our marketing team, just making our website better and better and better. If you want a full look at all of our standards, you go right here to Building 101 and go to our standards. Click on that, and these are all of our standards, everything from the foundation to the roof to the framing, the windows, the doors, everything. So yeah, right here, exterior walls, 2 by 6 studs. So yeah, all of our walls. Interior walls are 2 by 4, obviously, but yeah, all exterior walls 2 by 6s. It's a good question.
Yeah, thank you for that question. Thank you for further clarifying.
Yeah. There's that blown-in blanket system insulation there. Pretty cool. HVAC with heating and air conditioning, smart thermostat, high efficiency hot water heater, hardy plank lap siding around the entire exterior. That's another one. A lot of builders only do it on the front. And then wrapping the windows and barge boards and things with wood. That's also an upgrade for a lot of builders. 30-year architectural roof. Having valley rake and starter metal, ridge venting, all that kind of stuff, that also is not a standard for a lot of builders. So yeah, go and check out our standards. That's a good overview of that.
It is. We're so proud of our standards. We have a question about the R value for the roof. Joey, do you mind going right back to that?
Oh, yeah, let me go back.
Thank you.
Was this your question here? R49 for ceilings? And some of the vaulted areas are 38. Still got about 5 or 10 minutes left. If anyone has any other questions, again, really good questions, everybody. Thank you for bringing these out.
Yes.
One other thing, by the way, I do want to point out, if you go to resources, you can go here to our virtual tour library. And this is just one of over a dozen virtual tours that we've done in the last 2 years. So please go in and check these other ones out. There's a lot of virtual tours here for you to walk through. Niall, you're welcome. Just got your message on chat. No, thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
And
if you want to have that meeting, yeah, feel free to reach out to us, and we'll come see you have you come see us in Tacoma if that's the branch that you're wanting to work with. We appreciate it.
Thanks for those questions too. Lots of really good questions. Let's see. Okay.
Oh, Miranda, we just got another question. You want to take that?
Yeah. All right. Do we use crawl space or concrete slabs? So we do use a concrete slab. We pour the foundation, by the way, but our homes do include a crawl space too. I don't know if we can show the crawl space access on this.
I can tell you just because I was in the house last week, under the stairs here in the floor, there's access to our crawl space. It's a 3-foot stem wall foundation. The only real like concrete slab is in the garage. The floor is a full slab that's about 4 inches thick. But the foundation of the home is on stem wall foundation with crawl space. And again, it's a 3-foot stem wall. So there's plenty of room for actually crawling around down there. A lot of older houses, it's like a foot, that's all you have to crawl under, but there's plenty of room here. Again, if you go to our standards list, you'll see that the spacing and everything is all listed for what to expect.
Thank you.
Sure.
All right. Thank you again for taking the time to do this virtual tour with us. Doesn't look like, oh. Let's see. Taylor, that's a great question. I'm actually going to email you after this. I'll answer it in more detail after this so that you have the time you deserve on that.
Yeah, short answer is yes. Yeah, Taylor, that's a good question about, the vapor in there. Moisture is the enemy of a house, whether it's new or old. So yeah, when we're building a home, the dry out period, controlling moisture, that's definitely top of the list. So yeah, your crawl space is going to have a vapor barrier for sure. Good questions. Keep them coming. We still got a few minutes if y'all want to stick around. It's such a nice kitchen.
Mm.
I like that the island, even though it's already a huge island, it's got room for about 3 bar stools behind it too. That's really nice.
The kitchen and great room are so spacious.
Yeah, very nice.
And I love those can lights.
Yeah.
Good question. What kind of house wrap do we use? We use Tyvek. Good question.
Yeah, unless I'm mistaken, I think our standard house wrap is actually an upgrade for other builders similar to us. That's there's a pattern there. a lot of standards that are standards for us. Yeah, we're definitely not the cheapest builder, but that's because our standards are really, really, really good. Just have a lot there already included in our standard package. Good question. Looks like so far we had about 18 questions today. That was pretty good.
I know. Love it.
Good questions.
Is this the dollhouse mode right now?
This is the floor plan mode. If I click dollhouse, it's more like
Oh,
that.
it's like an actual dollhouse. I love that.
Yeah, pretty cool.
All right. Taylor, good question. One of us will give you a call after this and we can talk more about that, discuss it in further detail. Well, folks, it's just about 1 o'clock and I want to respect your time. And so, Joey, do you have anything else?
No, just grateful for everyone that came. We really, really appreciate it. Please, reach out to me or Miranda. Let us know if you have any other questions. Yeah, it's been fun. We appreciate the time you spent with us. And, thank you for considering Coval to be your builder. We look forward to working with all of you.
Yes, I agree. We'll be proud of what we built together. Thank you.
All right, well, we'll see you guys later. Thank you so much.